Hello, welcome back to the woods, and welcome back to another army surplus bushcraft bargain. Now when I'm out in the woods, especially in the summer when it's like this, when it's warm and you want to travel light, well, probably the best thing for my feet are these barefoot shoes, and I like them at any time of the year. For in here they are great. You can feel wooden floor beneath your feet. They're flexible and they allow your foot to move the way it should. And I've used quite a few sets of barefoot shoes over the years. Originally I was using Vivo, so the Vivo Hikers I think was my first set. Then I got some of the Neo Trails as well, and they're great, but I was wearing them quite quick and they are quite expensive, so I switched over to these, a lesser priced version from a company called Sagaro, and I've got this one and I've got a boot version as well, and they're very good. While you can feel the ground while you're wearing these, that is a good thing most of the time, but particularly when the weather's like this, when the ground is baked hard, and if you've got to walk into an environment down footpaths or pavements or roads and lanes, etc., one of the things I have found is they can be a little bit hard on your feet. In the winter, something else they don't tend to mention is, yes, you are getting that true feeling through the ground, including the temperature. When your feet can get cold, one of the things I haven't heard people mention very often is your feet also get very, very warm. I remember going out with friends wearing a set of Neo Trails, and we did a 15-mile walk across the Ashdown Forest, and I started off very light, being able to feel the ground, but it was a hot day like today and that ground was hard and it made my feet quite sore. But the big problem was it also made my feet incredibly hot, because while barefoot shoes allow the cold to rise through, they also allow the heat to rise through. So I ended up doing, strangely enough, what Roman legionnaires did. I took burdock leaves, folded them and carefully placed them inside the shoes to give me a little bit of cool relief inside the shoe. Now, if I'm walking into an area, yes, I like to have my barefoot shoes while I'm in the woods. The ground tends to be softer. It's a cooler environment. The floor is that little bit cooler. But for actually making my way here, or for my sort of general everyday wear, I want something perhaps a little more padded, perhaps a little more supportive, and something that's going to give me protection from the heat and from the hardness of the floor, because while barefoot shoes are great in this environment, on hard surfaces, man-made surfaces, they are not so good. Now, if you're enjoying this video, then remember to give it that thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel. So if you're a regular to the channel, you'll know I tend to use a set of Altberg Defender boots a lot while I'm out in the woods year round. That all leather construction, slightly stiffer sole, gives me a lot of protection, and they're absolutely ideal. They're also, you can pick them up relatively cheap. For a little while, a couple of years, I was also using the Ituri patrol boot or base boot, and I found that to be very good. More of a flexible boot, didn't quite have the support that the Defender did, which, as I've had a few issues with my feet recently, for day-to-day use, I've gone over to something else. And that something else, well, that is these. These are also made by Ituri, and these are the Ituri High Liability Desert Combat Boot. As you can see, and if you're old enough to remember, this is the bit like the love child of the high-tech trail and the lower desert elite boot. It's relatively light. Because it's a high liability combat boot, it has a reasonable degree of stiffness. It has good ankle support and it has good breathability because you have these panels in there, and again the tongue is also made of that same mesh. Well lined inside, a decent sewn in tongue, so you're not going to get all the leaf litter through there. And for things like walking in where those trails are a bit unforgiving and a bit hard and a bit hot, these are great. They're also great in urban environments as well. The sole is good. The midsole again is pretty good. The heel actually is not too high, so they're not zero drop, but again they're not a particularly high boot either, and there seems to be a bit more of a trend towards that now. So it has that locking lace system too. As I said, good support around the ankle, and these are great. And the other good thing about them, well, if you shop around on eBay, which is what I did for these, well, it's 30 quid. That was all I paid for these. What a cracking little boot for 30 quid. And I've been using them for a few months now, and I absolutely love them. They're a really good little boot. So yeah, have a little look around. Go on eBay, see if you can find yourself a set Ituri high liability desert combat boot. Go and check it out, because it is definitely an army surplus bushcraft bargain. So there you go, that is a quick review of these, the Ituri high liability desert combat boot. Go and check them out, they are well worth a look. I will do a review as well of these Sagaro shoes too, because I've got a couple of sets. I've been using them for a couple of years now, and well, I'll let you know what I think about them in a future video. But certainly for out here in the woods, not a bad bit of kit at all. Anyway, that's a story for another day. In other news, massive thank you to everyone who's been over to Be Ready For my other channel. There is a link in the description box down below if you want to go over and have a look. Very different to over here. Also, while you're in that description box down below, there is a link over there to the Greencraft Shop. Over there you can get the Greencraft patch, you can also get the survival scarves, the puck stoves, etc. So pop over and have a look. There's also a link down there to the Shropshire RV, which is fast approaching. Chris has just finished doing the instructor profiles there. There is one for me. You can go over and have a look at some dodgy pictures where I look really old. But pop over and have a look. And even better, pop over and book, and then I might see you there. It's at the end of July, and I think you're going to love it. Anyway, that's everything. I've been Neil, and until next time, stay safe in the woods.